Have you ever wondered how the most feared intelligence organization in the world, the KGB, came into existence? Let's take a journey back to the mid-20th century. The year was 1954, a time when the world was gripped in the icy clutches of the Cold War. In the heart of Moscow, a new organization was birthed, one that would soon instill fear and respect in equal measures across the globe. This organization was the Komitet Gosudarstvenoi Bezopasnosti, or as we know it, the KGB. Its primary mandate? To serve as the main security agency for the Soviet Union, handling all matters of state security, intelligence, and secret police activities. The structure of the KGB was as intricate as it was intimidating. It was divided into several directorates, each with its own specific responsibilities ranging from counterintelligence, foreign intelligence, to guarding the state's political leadership. This structure allowed for a wide reach and a tight grip on both domestic and international affairs. In its early years, the KGB was like a well-oiled machine, operating with ruthless efficiency. It quickly earned a reputation as one of the world's most effective intelligence agencies. It played a significant role in the Cold War, engaging in a high-stakes game of espionage with its Western counterparts. The KGB was always one step ahead, often outmaneuvering even the most cunning adversaries. But it wasn't just about the cloak and dagger games. The KGB was also known for its extensive surveillance capabilities, both within the Soviet Union and abroad. It was the eyes and ears of the Soviet state, watching, listening, and waiting for any signs of dissent or threat. Yet despite its fearsome reputation, the KGB was not invincible. It had its share of failures and controversies. But that's a story for another time. From its inception, the KGB was an organization that was both feared and respected, setting the stage for its role in world history. The Cold War period was a time when the KGB truly came into its own. It was during this era, roughly spanning from the late 40s to the early 90s, that the KGB evolved into a formidable intelligence machine, feared and respected across the globe. The KGB's primary role during the Cold War was twofold. First, it was tasked with gathering intelligence on the West, particularly the United States. This involved a wide range of activities, including espionage, disinformation campaigns, and even assassination plots. The KGB's spies were known for their resourcefulness and their ability to blend in with local populations, making them incredibly effective at their jobs. Second, the KGB was responsible for countering Western influence within the Soviet Union itself. This often meant cracking down on dissent, whether real or perceived. The KGB was notorious for its ruthless suppression of political dissidents, often using torture, imprisonment, and other brutal methods to maintain control. During the Cold War, the KGB found itself in a heated rivalry with its Western counterparts, most notably the Central Intelligence Agency, or CIA. Both agencies were constantly trying to outwit each other, leading to a series of high-stakes operations and counter-operations. Often, these rivalries played out in the shadows away from the public eye, but their impact was felt worldwide. Despite the secretive nature of their work, the KGB's influence was far-reaching. Its actions shaped the course of the Cold War, influencing everything from diplomatic relations to the space race. The KGB's operations were so extensive, in fact, that their full scope is still not fully understood today. The Cold War was a time of heightened tensions, and the KGB was at the forefront of the Soviet Union's efforts to secure its position on the world stage. Its methods might have been ruthless, even brutal, but there's no denying the effectiveness of the KGB during this pivotal period in history. The KGB was known for its ruthless and effective tactics, but what exactly were they? To unravel this enigma, let's delve into the dark and clandestine world of KGB operations. The KGB's tactics were as multifaceted as they were insidious. At its core, the KGB was a spy network par excellence. It boasted a vast network of agents that spanned the globe, infiltrating governments, military bases, and corporations. These spies were not just Russians, but a diverse group of individuals who were coerced, blackmailed, or even enticed into working for the KGB. But the KGB's reach wasn't limited to the field of espionage. Surveillance was another key weapon in their arsenal. The KGB had a knack for keeping tabs on people, both within and outside the Soviet Union. This wasn't just limited to potential threats or dissidents. Ordinary citizens were also under the watchful eyes of the KGB. Then there were the disinformation campaigns. The KGB was masterful at churning out propaganda and false information to confuse, mislead, and manipulate. These operations were designed to sow discord among enemies and create an atmosphere of fear and suspicion. And let's not forget about the assassinations. The KGB was infamous for eliminating those who posed a threat to the Soviet Union. These weren't just high-profile political figures but also included defectors, dissidents, and anyone else who dared to cross paths with the KGB. But it wasn't just the tactics that made the KGB so feared. It was the ruthlessness and efficiency with which they were executed. The KGB was relentless, leaving no stone unturned in its pursuit of intelligence and national security. In essence, the KGB was a formidable adversary. Its tactics, from espionage and surveillance to disinformation and assassinations, were executed with precision and ruthlessness. These methods made the KGB one of the most feared intelligence agencies of its time. The KGB's tactics were as varied as they were effective, contributing to its status as one of the world's most feared intelligence agencies. The KGB's reign was not to last forever. But how did it come to an end? The fall of the KGB wasn't an abrupt event, but rather a gradual dissolution that coincided with the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991. This inevitable downfall was the result of a complex blend of political, economic, and societal factors. One of the primary factors was the mounting economic stress within the Soviet Union. By the late 1980s, the Soviet economy was in a state of severe stagnation. The cost of maintaining an extensive network of spies, informants, and operatives was becoming untenable. Politically, the climate was changing too. Mikhail Gorbachev, the last leader of the Soviet Union, introduced policies of glasnost or openness and perestroika or restructuring. These policies, aimed at modernizing Soviet society and economy, inadvertently led to a loss of state control, weakening the stronghold of organizations like the KGB. Moreover, the KGB faced increasing internal dissent. Many within the organization were disenchanted with the system and the rampant corruption that had become synonymous with the KGB. This loss of faith within the ranks further hastened its downfall. With the official dissolution of the Soviet Union on December 26, 1991, the KGB was disbanded. Its responsibilities were divided among several newly formed organizations such as the Federal Security Service and the Foreign Intelligence Service. But the story doesn't end there. The KGB left a profound legacy, one that continues to reverberate through the corridors of power even today. It's not just in the form of its successor agencies or the lingering networks of informants. The KGB's influence can be seen in the mindset and tactics of modern Russian intelligence agencies, and its shadowy presence can be felt in the geopolitics of the 21st century. The fall of the KGB marked the end of an era, but its influence can still be felt today. The KGB may no longer exist, but its legacy lives on. But what exactly is that legacy? The KGB's legacy is multifaceted and continues to exert a profound influence on both the global intelligence community and popular culture. The KGB's successor, the FSB, or Federal Security Service of the Russian Federation, has adopted many of the KGB's methods and structures, leading some to argue that the KGB never truly disappeared. It simply evolved. The KGB's influence isn't confined to Russia, though. Its methods and tactics continue to shape intelligence operations worldwide. The use of disinformation, or desinformatia, a concept popularized by the KGB, is now a common tool in the arsenal of many intelligence agencies. The KGB's penchant for deep cover operations where agents live under assumed identities for years, sometimes even decades, has also been emulated by other agencies. The KGB's legacy extends beyond the realm of intelligence and into the realm of popular culture. The KGB has become somewhat of a cultural icon, featuring prominently in books, films, and television shows. Its agents are often portrayed as ruthless, cunning, and highly skilled, a testament to the fear and respect the KGB commanded during its existence. The KGB's legacy also carries a darker side. The organization's methods were often brutal, involving torture, assassinations, and widespread surveillance. These tactics have left a lasting scar on many of the countries where the KGB operated. The legacy of the KGB serves as a stark reminder of the lengths some will go to in the name of intelligence and national security. In the end, the KGB's legacy is a complex one. It's a legacy of innovation and adaptation, but also one of brutality and fear. It's a legacy that has shaped the intelligence landscape and will continue to do so for years to come. The KGB may be gone, but its legacy continues to shape the world of intelligence and espionage. The KGB has left an indelible mark on world history. This much is clear as we reflect on the journey we've traversed today, from the birth of the KGB, through the frosty tensions of the Cold War, to its ultimate downfall and enduring legacy. We've seen the KGB rise from the ashes of World War II, born out of a necessity for state security and intelligence. They became a formidable force, a symbol of Soviet power and a testament to the effectiveness of intelligence operations in shaping global events. We delved into the heart of the Cold War era, a time when the KGB was at its most influential. Their tactics and methods, often ruthless and unflinching, set the tone for intelligence agencies around the world. From espionage to counterintelligence, from disinformation to active measures, the KGB left no stone unturned in their pursuit of Soviet interests. We then witnessed the fall of the KGB, a downfall brought about by the same forces that propelled its rise. The end of the Soviet Union signaled the end of the KGB, but not before leaving an enduring legacy. The KGB's influence can still be felt today, in the operations of intelligence agencies worldwide, and in the way we perceive state security. Reflecting on the role of intelligence agencies, we see how they have shaped world events, and continue to do so. They operate behind the scenes, often unseen but always influential. They are the invisible hands that mold the course of history, for better or worse. Understanding the history of intelligence agencies like the KGB is crucial. It helps us appreciate the complex dynamics of global politics, and the often unseen forces that shape our world. It reminds us of the power of information, the importance of state security, and the thin line between protection and oppression. In understanding the history of the KGB, we gain insight into the world of intelligence and the forces that shape our world. As we continue to delve into history, let's remember the lessons learned and the power of knowledge. For it is through understanding our past that we can better navigate our future.